it's Lindsay from My Crafty Plans. Welcome back to my channel, or if you are new here, welcome. Today I am back in my Laurel Denise Planner, aka my content planner, and I'm getting set up for the month of February. It's actually the end of January right now, which is earlier than I usually get this planner set up. We have a vacation at the end of January through the beginning of February, and I actually wanted to get this all set up. That way I could get some posts and videos scheduled for while I'm on vacation, and I really specifically wanted this week, but also to look at the February calendar as a whole. I'm also going to go back into January and flip and move a couple of things towards the end of the month. I will show you how this has been turning out so far. Now, I didn't get this planner set up until kind of mid the first week of January, so I didn't end up using the first week in this planner, but we do have, I'm gonna zoom you in here more. And if you wanna know more details about the Laurel Denise Planner, I've got a full overview video. Definitely check that out. It's in my planner reviews and it goes into depth, but the big picture, it's the big thing you need to know about this planner is that you can see your month, your week, and all of your dashboard space at the same time, which is why I love this for content planning. This is the horizontal dated edition, and the new undated planners for this year will actually be available for purchase on March 6th. There is an early access sale if you are a member of the Laurel Denise Facebook group, and I am a Laurel Denise affiliate, and I do have a discount code, which I will put across the screen, that can save you 10% on your order. As always, thank you so much for your support when you're shopping these launches. It means so much to me. That will have the undated horizontal, vertical planners, plus a mini horizontal planner and a mini project planner as well. So definitely check that out. I will be checking out some things from that launch as well. Really excited for that one. All right, but anyway, so here was my January calendar, where actually what I want to do is just move these videos over all by just, I think, one day. So this is going to be a haul. It's already like mostly edited, and actually currently right now, for full transparently, it is Wednesday the 24th. And then Feb goals will now be, hopefully, fingers crossed, as long as I can get them done, on the 1st. And this one I think I'll just white out, just because I can't really arrow that all the way down. That will be a Monday instead, and that will be a plan. And that will be a plan with me. And then, so then this video will come out shortly after my goals video, and I will have a little bit of a cushion from filming for YouTube while I've been on vacation. All right, so these are what my weeks ended up looking like. So you flip through the weeks here that are in the middle, and you can still see your calendar and your dashboard at the whole time. So this was my first week in here. So far, I'm really loving the horizontal layout. Again, this is just like very functional note-takey for me. I don't get decorative in here. And on this side, I just have like what I've been posting. And on this side, I've got just notes and to-dos and things like that. So this is for... that is for last week, and then this is for the week that we are currently in. And I still need to figure out something Thursday. So I'm gonna put that here. Okay. Great, so I will finish figuring this out. Part of what I need to do is go through all the footage on my phone because I've been filming a lot. And then this I've been using to kind of track when I've been posting things and just kind of dotting along. It's working pretty well so far. All right, so now I'm gonna flip over to February, and I'm going to work on this setup, and this is going to be sped up with a voiceover, so I'm gonna throw it right over to the voiceover. Camera on, and then realized it almost immediately, so you just missed me putting down that first strip of washi where I'm actually just marking my vacation, and I'm just pulling that back further into January. We were on vacation for a full week, and then after that I put in what I wanted my YouTube schedule to be for the week. I always schedule out my videos, or at least I try to, but I do have a tendency to like kind of move things a little bit during the month, just depending on what happens. Sometimes adding in more stuff if I have more time to film, or something comes up like a last minute collab or anything like that. And then also sometimes I end up not making quite as many YouTube videos as I wanted to. Just, you know, life gets busy or work gets busy. I do love making YouTube videos, and I love making all kinds of social media content, but YouTube videos definitely take a lot of work to produce, just the editing and everything like that. But in an ideal world, I do try and stick to the plan as much as possible, and also like plan it forward at least a few weeks at a time when I'm talking about, you know, what videos I want to do, and also just trying to keep the seasons in mind and all the collabs I have and stuff like that going forward. I also am using some Simply Gilded washi in here. Again, I don't get too decorative in here. I do try and pick like a color scheme and just a washi to just add a little pop of something. As always, my philosophy with functional planning is that if I like the way something looks, I'm more likely to revisit it, which in content planning has actually been really, really essential. I love what I did in here this month. I think this is my favorite setup that I've ever done in a Laurel Denise planner. So just really, really into it. I had so many fun pink markers. Valentine's Day, not my favorite holiday in real life, but in planner seasons, just my absolute favorite. So I actually started with the weekly after I dove into the YouTube calendar for the month. Again, just like the week of vacation was very much on my mind, and I was trying to figure out when I was going to post things. I had like a collab right before we left for our vacation, and then I had another one right after we got back. So I was just trying to like manage my schedule. I had done like a lot of filming in advance, so I wanted to make sure that I was on top of everything. So I just kind of was blocking in what I wanted to do in the week, but then I realized I also needed to go through more footage on my phone, like in more detail, before I was really fully ready to plan that out. So going to do the same thing I did last month, this month, and just set up the habit tracker here that's on the back of all of the weekly pages as, again, to block off when I post. I was able to keep track of this pretty closely. The only one that I had to like kind of guess on from when I was on vacation, because as of recording this voiceover, I'm now back from vacation, was the Instagram stories, just because they expire. I mean, I guess I could go back and check them, but other than that, I was able to keep track of things pretty closely because I could see when I posted things and was able to track that within the planner. I did end up moving some things around while I was away that I had pre-planned, but overall I stuck to the schedule pretty well considering I was on vacation, and definitely feels like a whim. So then I'm starting to work on the dashboard space. And I'm really excited to share this with you. If you follow Laurel Denise on social media, you may have recently seen that my dashboards were featured on their YouTube channel and on their Instagram and TikTok and everything. They had posted some spreads, like they do this whole series where it's how to use this planner if you are a whatever. And this one was for content creators or for affiliate marketers, both of which I do. And they used my dashboard as the inspiration for their dashboard setup, which is just so beyond flattering. It was really, really cool to see what they did with my dashboard space. I definitely got some inspiration from their whole series on that, as well as for more ways to use like the calendar and the weekly part of the spreads, and just really honored to be included in with that. If you haven't seen that full video or that reel, definitely check it out over on their YouTube channel. I will try and link the video down below, but that was just really fun and exciting to see. And it also made me feel really like passionate about wanting to share my dashboard with you. So just a huge thank you to them. I absolutely love this planner, and it just really does work so well for content planning. So when I create my dashboard space, I try and think about what I want to see while I'm looking at my weeks and my months, and what I want to see hidden or like have to flip the page to see. And for me, that means anything that is like tracking and to-do listing and like a list of videos that I have in process, all of that needs to be visible, so that way I can plan my weeks and my months accordingly. And any analytics tracking, I only want to see if I flip the page. I don't need to be looking at that all the time. So everything on the right-hand side is like functional. These are the list of videos that I'm working on. The top part is actually YouTube, and then the bottom part is all of the short form content that I'm working on. And I list things out and give myself the option of posting on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube Shorts. Now, I don't cross post all of my videos, and actually what I post on TikTok is pretty different in terms of like mix of stuff. I post a lot more like lifestyle and mom life type content on TikTok than I do on my other channels. So just because I list a video there and it's got 3 checks, it doesn't mean like I'm planning to post it everywhere, but that just helps me kind of manage things. And then everything on the left-hand side there is tracking. So up at the top for YouTube, I will track the analytics for individual videos. So the video name is on the right-hand side, along with like a checklist that's for filmed, edited, uploaded, and like the post-processing. And then on the tracking side of that, we've got the analytics that goes with that. And then on the short form part of the section, which is what I'm working on now,
on the right-hand side, that's just a list that I just kind of use so that I can manage the storage on my phone as well. So I know when like I can delete a video off my phone, etc. after it's been posted, where I'm going to post it. And then the tracking tables, I don't track analytics for individual reels or TikToks or anything, but I do track just like some weekly stats from TikTok and Instagram as well. I do try and color code this, so I usually use either 3 or 4 colors in here, like 3, one for each social media platform, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram, and then another color that's just for like general events or reminders or things like that. But because all of my colors were pink this time, I did end up getting pretty confused. Now we're like about a week and a half into using this, and I can say that I definitely have mixed up the colors more than once, I think, just because they were all pink. But it's fine. I've been able to keep everything straight so far, and I really just love how this looks. Just the pink is definitely my vibe. Having a really, really fun time with all of the Valentine's Day spreads in this planner and in other planners. The very far right-hand side of the dashboard space is actually not dot grid or lined. It's just blank space, whereas the rest of the dashboard space is dot grid. So you do have to be like a little bit careful when you're lining things up on there. I always like to do a section with like 3 big priorities or the big picture goals or themes for the month, and then just like a little section for notes or ideas, anything like that I might need to keep track of. And then at the bottom, I hadn't left any space to kind of track like the big picture end of the month follower count or anything like that. So I just decided to throw that in there with those little color swatches. I'll fill those out at the end of the month. Definitely not necessary, but I felt like I didn't need all of that notes space, so I had the extra space on the sidebar there. So with the camera not on, because it always takes me forever to do this, I did actually go through all of my phone footage and make a list of all of the short form content that I had either finished or in works. And I did populate that list, which enabled me to then go back into my weeks and plan out the rest of my like kind of content plan. And I started with TikTok. I just had a lot more TikTok content already made on my phone. And I realized that I actually needed some more like planner specific stuff and Instagram stuff before I left. So I was able to get that done ahead of time, fortunately. So it all worked out well, but I was just kind of going back through and planning out the rest of my ideas there. I definitely deviated a little bit from the plan. I didn't bring this planner with me, but I did take pictures of the spread, but I just kind of, even though I like to have a game plan, I do kind of revise it, kind of go with the flow, just based on what was going on like in day-to-day in our vacation, but then also just based on what was going on in social media. And that Laurel Denise video, like shouting out my content, actually came out while I was on vacation. So I had these Laurel Denise pictures. So I wanted to make sure I posted some of those, kind of striking while the iron was hot and stuff like that. And that's kind of my philosophy overall with content planning. I do spend time, strategizing and thinking about when I'm going to post things, but I am able to pivot when necessary or when something comes out or to hop on a trend or something that I feel like matches really well with what I want to post. And to me, it's worth to spend the time content planning. It definitely is really helpful, but it's also really good to be flexible with that kind of stuff. And again, I just really try and have fun with it. I absolutely love producing content for social media. I love making YouTube videos, and I also really, really love making short form content like the quick videos that you see on Instagram and TikTok. So I just really try and have fun with it as well. Then to finish out the weekly plan, I just wrote that I was on vacation and decided to get a little bit fancy with it. But that is pretty much it for this planner setup. As always, if you have any questions about content planning or planning in the Laurel Denise Planner, feel free to leave them in the comments.
All right, that is everything all finished up now for this. We've got my monthly calendar, my first week planned out here. Usually I would just take notes along here, but again, we're going to be on vacation. I'm not taking this planner with me. What I am going to take with me is a picture of this page here. That way I can still post things while I'm away. And a lot of this is going to be pre-uploaded or at least pre-loaded and set up with like all of the text done. That way I don't have to spend too much time worrying about it while we're away. And then I can dive right back in when we get back next week. We've also got my little tracker set up here, all of my other trackers, the list of everything that I've got already filmed, and that is everything. So I hope you enjoyed planning with me today in my Laurel Denise Planner. If you've got any questions about how I use this or anything in particular you want to see in here, definitely let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and check me out on Instagram and TikTok for even more planner fun. I will talk to you soon. Bye.